are you watching on TV right now?
Right now, I'm super into The Walking Dead because that's back on.
So am I. It's so like crushing at times, but like we keep going back to it. Why do you think that is?
I love Rick. I think that Rick really drives the entire thing. And the fact that Andrew Lincoln is playing him in this astonishingly convincing way. Like, I mean, do you ever remember that Andrew Lincoln is actually English?
Coral! Coral!
Cool.
Coral! Coral! Hey, Auntie. Here's the deal. I asked a senior if he wanted to perform a song I wrote in my high school's talent show with me, and thankfully he said yes. The problem? I'm a freshman and my family isn't really cool with me doing something with a senior. I mean, I guess I get it. He's a big, strong, attractive guy. But I believe that I have approached the situation maturely. No flirting has taken place, and whenever we've met to play music together, it's always been in an open choir room with other teachers and students present. I never planned to be in a situation where he and I are alone. I think I'm being careful, but my parents still have their doubts. Should I listen to them and not do this thing with him? Or should I stick with my gut and frankly my heart's wish to perform with him?
I've never been so confused by a letter as I am by this letter.
I do not get the issue.
No, me neither. I mean, what if you go into a coffee shop and the barista is an 18-year-old dude? What if you're on a plane and the pilot is a man? Like, what are you gonna do? You just kind of have to go ahead and push for what you want, and presumably your parents will relent. I don't even know where to go with this.
I think first you need to sit down with your parents, and I'm sure you've already talked to them about this, but you need to sit down with them again, and you need to say, I need you to trust me. If you don't trust me, then there's another issue here altogether. This is something that I'm doing with someone who I consider a friend. We have no romantic ties to each other whatsoever. I want you to see that I will make good choices here, and you'll come out the other end of this, hopefully with your parents trusting you a little bit more.
You need to have a little faith in their own abilities as parents and trust, not just trust you, but trust themselves. Trust that they did a good job. It's okay to sit down with your parents and say, look, I really reject out of hand the idea that there's something inherently wrong with this person just because he's a certain age and has a certain set of equipment between his legs and happens to look a certain way. It's okay to push back on that and say, no, I don't see the world this way, and I don't think it's appropriate to see the world this way.
You're just assuming that people are bad, basically.
If you have this conversation with your parents and it doesn't go well, you can always take the next step of asking to have them meet with you and your choir director. I don't think that you want to necessarily meet with them and the choir director and the guy, because I just don't really think it's appropriate to subject some poor high school senior to a couple of people who think that he's like a serial killer by default just because he's a dude.